Welcome back to the Think Strong Network. Hey, this one is for anyone out there who feels stuck. If you're a student, if you feel like you're at risk, and yet, especially if you're an incarcerated youth watching this right now, this is for you. We're going to get real about the traps that can hold us back, and more importantly, we're going to talk about a real path to break free.
That quote kind of says it all, doesn't it? Because, a lot of the time, that room isn't a physical place with four walls. It's a trap we build for ourselves in our own minds, with our choices, our habits, our addictions. And today, we're going to figure out how to pick that lock.
All right, so first things first. If you want to get out of any trap, you got to understand how it works, right? You need to see the gears turning. The material we're looking at uses this really powerful metaphor. It calls the trap the swamp of decay. Let's take a look at how somebody gets pulled in.
So think about how this whole thing begins. It's usually not some huge dramatic moment. For this one guy, Todd, it was just staying late at work. A simple typo when he was searching for something on his computer, and boom, he lands on a porn site. Just a small moment of curiosity, and just like that, he'd taken the first step into the swamp.
And then, the decay really starts to sit in. The addiction, it needs secrecy to survive. So Todd started hiding things, making up lies about where he was spending his time. He got totally self-centered, completely consumed by it. And the most important people in his world, his family, his kids, they started to feel a million miles away. His whole world was just shrinking.
And here's the really tough part. It literally feels like your own body has hijacked you. See, every time he gave in, his brain chemistry, we're talking chemicals like dopamine, it rewarded that behavior. It wired his brain to want more and more. He wasn't really in the driver's seat anymore, the addiction was. And all that's left is this downward spiral of shame and loss. He was truly stuck.
Look, we've all got them, right? Barriers. Maybe not this exact one, but something in your life that just felt impossible to get over. Take a second to really think about it. What's one barrier you've had to break through? If you're up for it, drop it in the comments. You never know, your story might be the one that helps someone else see their way through.
So you might be asking, how does this swamp get so deep, so sticky? Well, especially in the world we live in today, there are 4 big factors that make this trap incredibly powerful, particularly with things like pornography. They call them the 4 A's.
Let's break these down real quick. First up, you've got accessibility. It's everywhere, 24/7, right there on your phone. Then there's affordability. A lot of it is free, so there's nothing stopping you. Third, anonymity. You can hide it, which just feeds all that secrecy and shame. And last, aggressiveness. These aren't just websites sitting there. They're designed by billion-dollar industries specifically to get you hooked and keep you coming back. It's a perfect trap.
Okay, but here's the thing. This is maybe the most important part of this entire explainer. No matter how deep you are in that swamp, no matter how stuck you feel, there is always a crossroads. There is always a choice to make.
There's this therapist, Dr. Bernard, who just nails it with this quote. He says you can live in a stupor of thought, just lost in a fantasy world. Or you can make a choice. You can keep going down that same road, or you can choose to find a way out to seek recovery. That choice, right there, that's where all your power is.
And let's put these 2 paths side by side so you can really see them. On one side, you have the path of decay. That's about living in a fantasy, hiding in secrets, and in the end, losing your freedom. It's staying a victim. But then you've got the path of growth. That's about facing reality, no matter how hard it is. It's about honesty, accountability, and making new choices. That is the path from victim to survivor.
Okay, this next question is huge, so really think about it. It is so easy to let shame about the past keep you locked up. But your past doesn't have to be a prison sentence. It can be a classroom. So, what have you learned from your past behaviors, the good and the bad? Answering that for yourself is how you turn old mistakes into fuel for a new life.
All right, so you've made the choice. You're ready to find the path out. So, what's next? Recovery isn't some magic trick. It's a process. It's a path you walk one step at a time. And it starts right here.
So here are the first 4 huge steps. Number 1, get over it. Now, this isn't about being mean to yourself. It's about freedom. You got to accept the past is done. Today is a brand new start. Number 2, don't lie to yourself. Be brutally, totally honest about where you're at. Number 3, take courage. Look, courage isn't about not being scared. It's the mental muscle to face the hard stuff anyway. And number 4, and this one is a big one, forgive yourself.
Yeah, let's zoom in on forgiveness for a second, because this is a total game changer. This isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's about making a conscious choice to drop all that heavy baggage.
The anger, the resentment, the self-pity. When you actually do this, when you forgive, it energizes you. It literally gives you the strength you need to move on.
So after all that work, what's it really like? What is life like when you get out of the swamp? Because this isn't just about stopping a bad habit, right? It's about starting a completely new way of living your life.
I want you to imagine you've been locked in a dark room for years, just stumbling around, bumping into things, totally lost. Getting out of the swamp is like someone finally unlocks that door and opens it wide. You step outside into a green meadow. You feel the sun on your face, the soft grass under your feet, and for the first time in forever, you can actually breathe. That's what recovery feels like, a brand new beginning.
And this is the goal right here. You go from being a victim of your circumstances to a survivor who fought their way through. But you don't stop there. You become a thriver, someone who is actually living a good life. And then, the final and most powerful step, you become a mentor. You get so strong that you can turn around and help the next person find their own way out of the swamp.
And hey, just a quick note before we close out, all the material and the ideas in this explainer were created by the Educational Highway.
So I want to leave you with this one last thought. It might be the most important thing you hear today. Your own mind will try to feed you lies. It'll tell you you're stuck, that you can't change, that this is all you'll ever be. Don't buy into your negative thoughts. You deserve better. You deserve a life beyond the swamp. The path is there. All you have to do is choose to take that first step.